You ever wonder what it would be like to unlock the hidden code that governs your life and work, an invisible blueprint that transforms chaos into clarity and doubt into daring conviction? Imagine if every decision, every stumble, every triumph was part of a grand design, a set of principles so powerful that when you learn them, you begin to see the world through an entirely different lens. Today, you're about to embark on a journey that will change the way you see your own potential, your mistakes, and the very fabric of reality itself. In the next few moments, I'm going to share with you a secret that challenges everything you think you know about success. You might laugh, you might cry, and you might even question every decision you've ever made, but by the end, you'll have discovered a life-changing paradigm that can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Picture yourself standing on the precipice of an impossible dream. You're not alone. Every visionary, every leader, every trailblazer has been there. And the truth is, greatness isn't reserved for the chosen few. It's built on a foundation of principles that anyone can learn, internalize, and use to transform every aspect of life. Ray Dalio, one of the world's most influential thinkers in business and personal development, spent decades unraveling the mysteries of success, failure, and the interplay between them. What if I told you that his insights are not only applicable to billion-dollar companies, but to you, right now, in this very moment? Today, we're going deep into the core of Dalio's life and work, and you're going to see how his radical transparency, his unwavering commitment to truth, and his brilliant approach to decision-making can become the catalysts for your own breakthrough. Imagine a world where mistakes are not your enemy, but the stepping stones to a more enlightened version of yourself. It all starts with the realization that what we call failure is nothing more than a message, a signal that directs us to adjust our sails, recalibrate our vision, and forge ahead with newfound clarity. Dalio's journey was riddled with setbacks and painful lessons, yet each stumble became an opportunity to refine his principles. Today, you will learn how to embrace these moments, how to decode the feedback from your universe, and how to harness the power of radical truth to propel you forward. The idea is simple, yet revolutionary. If you can master your mistakes, you can master your destiny. And it's not just about professional triumphs. It's about living a life where every decision is rooted in clarity, authenticity, and an unyielding drive to get to the truth. Now, let's take a deep breath and step into the realm of radical transparency, a concept that might initially unsettle you. Imagine a workplace where honesty isn't a buzzword, but the very air you breathe. Every idea is scrutinized, every performance is dissected, and every conversation is an opportunity for growth. It sounds brutal, almost too harsh to imagine, doesn't it? But here's the twist. In this environment of absolute honesty, you learn to thrive because you are continuously challenged to improve, to innovate, and to trust in the process. Think about that for a moment. What if the very thing you fear most, being seen for your flaws, could actually be the key to unlocking your ultimate potential? That is the power of radical transparency. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, to expose your blind spots, and ultimately to become a better version of yourself. The courage to look at yourself without filters, without excuses, can be the most liberating gift of all. Let's rewind to a moment in your life when you felt overwhelmed by the enormity of your challenges. Perhaps it was a career setback, a relationship that crumbled, or a goal that seemed forever out of reach. In those moments, the world often tells you that you're not enough, that you're destined to fail. But what if I told you that within that very pain lies the seed of unprecedented growth? Dalio's approach was not to deny the struggle, but to analyze it, learn from it, and emerge stronger. He teaches us that our greatest assets are the mistakes we dare to make and the lessons we courageously learn from them. Each misstep, each moment of self-doubt, is an invitation to explore the unknown, to test new boundaries, and to redefine what is possible. It is through this relentless pursuit of truth, even when it hurts, that you begin to build an internal reservoir of resilience that no external force can ever shake. Imagine being in a room filled with the most brilliant minds where every conversation is a battle of ideas and every challenge is a chance to refine your thought process. In such an environment, the noise of everyday life fades away, leaving only the pure essence of critical thinking and fearless debate. This is what Dalio's world looks like, a place where every conversation is an opportunity to confront the status quo, where every decision is a step towards a more enlightened future. In this space, you are not judged by your failures, but celebrated for your willingness to learn, adapt, and evolve. The secret here is that true success doesn't come from avoiding mistakes. It comes from building a framework that turns every setback into a stepping stone towards greatness. And that framework begins with the unshakable belief in radical truth. Now let's dive deeper into the architecture of this transformative framework. Every principle in Dalio's system is like a cog in a finely tuned machine, each one vital, interconnected, and designed to propel you forward. At the heart of this machine is the concept of believability-weighted decision-making. Imagine if every decision you made was backed not just by your gut feeling, but by a thorough analysis of diverse perspectives, each weighted by the credibility of its source. It's like having an internal council of experts, each one challenging your assumptions and helping you refine your strategy. In this model, consensus isn't about conformity. It's about harnessing the collective intelligence of those around you to arrive at the most robust, evidence-based conclusion. This process demands vulnerability, a willingness to admit when you're wrong, and an unyielding commitment to learning. And the beauty of it all is that once you embrace this method, you unlock an unparalleled clarity in your thinking, a clarity that can drive you to unprecedented heights of success. As you absorb these ideas, I want you to consider your own life. What if you approached every challenge with the same relentless drive for truth? What if you no longer feared failure, but embraced it as the ultimate teacher? In the moments of quiet reflection, when doubt creeps in and the weight of the world seems unbearable, remember that every great achievement was once met with uncertainty. The path to success is not a straight line. It's a labyrinth of trial and error, of ups and downs, of victories carved out of the crucible of adversity. And it is in this very struggle that you find the raw materials for greatness. Ask yourself, what is the price of not trying? What if the comfort of familiarity is the very barrier that holds you back from discovering your true potential? The call to action is clear. Dare to break free from the chains of mediocrity and step into a realm where every moment is an opportunity to evolve. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on the power of perspective. Imagine a life where every setback is reinterpreted as a catalyst for growth, every criticism as a stepping stone towards improvement, and every challenge as an invitation to innovate. Dalio's principles are not just a roadmap to success. They are a paradigm shift that transforms the way you interact with the world. It's about seeing the interconnectedness of every event in your life, understanding that every experience, no matter how painful, is part of a larger narrative. And in this narrative, you are both the author and the protagonist. The beauty of this approach is that it liberates you from the conventional definitions of failure and success. Instead of being shackled by past mistakes, you begin to see them as integral chapters in the epic saga of your life. Every decision, every risk, every leap of faith becomes a brushstroke in a masterpiece that is uniquely yours. Now I want to challenge you with a question. What if you could rewire your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles? What if you could transform every no into a resounding yes by shifting your mindset and embracing the power of radical truth? The answers lie within you, hidden beneath layers of self-doubt and fear. It's time to strip away those layers and reveal the untapped potential that's been waiting all along. Dalio's insights show us that the journey to success is as much about mastering yourself as it is about mastering the external world. It's a call to cultivate discipline, to embrace a systematic approach to life, and to invest in the kind of self-awareness that transforms challenges into triumphs. The next time you face a difficult decision, instead of recoiling in fear, lean into the discomfort, analyze it, and let it guide you toward a deeper understanding of who you are and what you're capable of. Imagine a moment of revelation, the point where everything suddenly clicks into place, where the chaos of everyday life is replaced by a profound sense of clarity. This is not a fleeting epiphany, but a sustained shift in perspective that alters the very course of your life. It happens when you commit to living by principles that are so deeply rooted in truth and authenticity that they become the lens through which you view every experience. You begin to see that success is not an endpoint, but a continuous journey of evolution, where every lesson learned adds another layer to your understanding of the world. In that moment, you realize that the obstacles in your path are not roadblocks, but stepping stones that lead you to higher levels of insight and achievement. As the narrative unfolds, consider the implications of living in a world where every conversation is infused with the spirit of radical truth. Imagine how different your relationships would be if you approached every interaction with an unwavering commitment to honesty and constructive feedback. In such a world, trust is not given lightly. It is earned through consistent actions and an unflinching willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. This is the kind of environment that breeds innovation, fosters creativity, and propels you towards your highest potential. It is a world where every idea is examined, every perspective is valued, and every individual is challenged to contribute their best. And as you internalize these principles, you'll find that the quality of your relationships improves dramatically, both professionally and personally. I want you to picture a future where you are no longer defined by your fears or your past mistakes, but by the transformative power of your principles. What if every decision you made was guided by a clear, logical framework that not only maximized your potential, but also inspired those around you to strive for greatness? Imagine the ripple effect of living in alignment with a set of values that are grounded in radical transparency and relentless pursuit of truth. Your workplace becomes a dynamic arena where every idea is tested, every voice is heard, and every individual is empowered to contribute to a collective vision of excellence. This is not a utopian fantasy. It's a practical, proven approach that has propelled some of the most successful organizations and individuals to extraordinary heights. At this juncture, you might be wondering, how do I begin to apply these ideas in my own life? The answer is both simple and profound. Start by challenging your own assumptions. Take a hard look at the narratives you've been telling yourself and ask, are these beliefs truly serving me, or are they the very chains that keep me bound? Embrace a mindset of curiosity and inquiry, and be willing to dismantle even the most deeply ingrained habits. As you begin to question everything, you'll uncover hidden truths about your motivations, your potential, and the limitless possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon of your current understanding. And now, as we reach a pivotal moment in our journey together, let me share a twist, a moment of revelation that will change everything. What if I told you that the most powerful insights you've just heard are only the tip of the iceberg? What if the real secret to unleashing your full potential lies in the integration of these principles into every fiber of your being? This isn't about a quick fix or a magic bullet. It's about a fundamental transformation that starts from within. Picture yourself adopting a new way of thinking that turns every setback into a launch pad for growth, every moment of doubt into an opportunity for radical self-improvement. It's a mindset shift that demands courage, perseverance, and an unyielding commitment to the truth. And once you take that first step, you'll find that nothing can stop you from reaching heights you never thought possible. As the narrative surges forward, let your mind wander to the endless possibilities that await when you break free from the confines of conventional thinking. Think about the projects you've shelved because they seemed too daunting, the risks you've avoided for fear of failure. Now imagine if you approach those challenges with a fresh perspective, one where every obstacle is seen as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson in disguise. This is the essence of Dalio's message. the idea that by embracing a systematic approach to learning from our mistakes, we create a self-sustaining cycle of growth and achievement. It's a radical departure from the norm, a call to arms for anyone who has ever felt trapped by their own limitations. Now, as you digest these insights, I invite you to engage in a dialogue with yourself. Ask the hard questions. What am I really capable of? What would I attempt if I knew I could not fail? And most importantly, what legacy do I want to leave behind? The principles we've explored today are not mere abstract concepts. They are practical tools that, when applied with sincerity and consistency, have the power to reshape your reality. Your journey towards mastery begins with one small step, a step that requires you to look deep inside, confront your vulnerabilities, and emerge with a renewed sense of purpose. In the quiet moments of reflection that follow, you may find yourself overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenge. It's easy to feel daunted when faced with the task of transforming your life. But remember, every monumental journey begins with a single, courageous decision to change. The road ahead will have its twists and turns, its peaks and valleys, but each step you take, each lesson you learn, will be a testament to your resilience and determination. And as you progress, you will begin to see the subtle yet profound changes in the way you perceive the world, changes that will open doors you never knew existed. Now, think about the power of sharing this journey. Imagine the conversation sparked by these ideas, the debates ignited by a willingness to challenge the status quo, the community that forms when individuals come together with a common goal, to be better, to do better, and to live a life of uncompromising authenticity. As you absorb these insights, consider tagging a friend, starting a conversation, or simply reflecting on how these principles can be woven into the fabric of your everyday life. The ripple effect of your transformation extends far beyond your own experience. It has the potential to inspire those around you, to create a movement that redefines success and reclaims the power of truth. As we draw closer to the end of our journey today, take a moment to let these ideas settle in your mind. Picture a future where every day is infused with purpose, where each decision is a deliberate act of creation rather than a passive response to circumstances. Visualize a life where you are not merely surviving, but thriving, where the challenges you face become the catalysts for your evolution, and every failure is repurposed into a stepping stone towards greatness. This is the essence of living by principles. It's not a destination, but an ongoing process of growth, reflection, and relentless improvement. Now, as our time together comes to a close, I leave you with one final thought. What if, starting today, you chose to live not by the dictates of fear and convention, but by the audacious call of truth and possibility? What if every decision you made was guided by a commitment to authenticity, a willingness to learn, and an unwavering belief in your own potential? The journey ahead is yours to define, a journey where the only limits are the ones you impose on yourself. Embrace the challenge, step into the unknown, and let the principles of life and work light the way towards a future that is nothing short of extraordinary. As you reflect on these ideas, I challenge you to take action. Think of one small change you can implement today, a single step that aligns you closer with the truth, with your true self. Write it down, share it with someone you trust, and commit to making that change a reality. Because in the end, the principles we live by are not just ideas to ponder, they are the foundation upon which our lives are built. And when you choose to build on a foundation of radical truth, transparency, and relentless pursuit of excellence, you unlock a world of infinite possibility. Now let the echoes of these words resonate within you. Let them be the spark that ignites a fire of determination, the whisper that reminds you that every moment is an opportunity to redefine who you are. And as you step back into your day, remember that the power to transform your life lies not in some distant dream, but in the choices you make right now. The journey to greatness is a series of moments, each one a chance to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. So ask yourself, are you ready to take that leap? Are you prepared to confront the challenges, to embrace the truths that may unsettle you, and to rise stronger with every fall? The path ahead may be uncharted and the stakes high, but within you lies the capacity to overcome, to innovate, and to achieve beyond what you ever imagined. The principles of life and work are not just a set of guidelines. They are the keys to unlocking a reality where every setback is transformed into an opportunity, every fear into a stepping stone, and every moment into a masterpiece of your own creation. And in that reality, you are not confined by the limitations of the past, but propelled by the boundless potential of the future. So let this be the moment you decide to no longer play small, to no longer settle for mediocrity, but to step into a life defined by courage, authenticity, and an unwavering commitment to truth. As you carry these principles with you, let them serve as a reminder that your journey is a constant evolution, a process of continuous learning, relentless improvement, and the transformative power of a mindset free from the chains of fear and doubt. In the quiet after this message, when the noise of everyday life fades away, allow yourself to dwell on the possibilities that lie ahead. Imagine a world where every decision, every risk, every lesson is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life, and know that the power to create a masterpiece is already in your hands. Embrace the journey, relish the challenges, and above all, remember that the truth, radical, unyielding, and liberating, is the compass that will guide you to heights you never thought possible. Now, as you prepare to take that first bold step into this new way of living, I invite you to reflect, to comment, and to share your thoughts. Tell me, what is the one principle that resonates with you the most? What change will you commit to today that could alter the course of your life? Let these questions stir a conversation that goes beyond the screen, a conversation that challenges you, inspires you, and reminds you that every moment is an opportunity for transformation. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey into the heart of radical truth and transformative principles. Remember, the journey is ongoing, and every day holds the promise of a new beginning. Embrace the power within you, trust in the process, and let the principles of life and work guide you to a future filled with possibility, purpose, and unparalleled achievement. Now, go forth and create a life that is not just lived, but masterfully crafted, one decision at a time.